Okay, hey everybody, what is going on? My name is Clay. I'm a mini tour golf pro, also a PGA of America professional. Purpose of this video is to basically give myself a on-course playing lesson. You could be doing stuff great on the driving range, but it might not translate to the course. So I think it's helpful every once in a while to get some video of you on the actual golf course, and that's what I've done today. Just had a GoPro strapped to the push cart that I use and recorded every shot. And I'm going to take a look here and see if I noticed anything in terms of my pre-shot routine being off, or just general nerves and thought process as I play the Trophy Club course. Excuse me. Let me see if I can pull up this file. Ended up working out pretty good. I would recommend, if you're trying to play golf seriously, take the time to do this, because I think it's pretty enlightening. All right, here we go. See if this works. Boom. Well, that was kind of interesting. First round with the GoPro strapped to the
Can't hear you.
push cart.
Looking good, buddy.
Caddy cam. Be interested to see.
Bring me back on top. All right.
If I can
Should be good to go.
hitting the children.
I think I almost.
No, I'll be interested to
came out of
see
nowhere in the parking
just
lot.
how fidgety
Not good.
and non-committed.
So yeah,
I
just
look
going to take a
on
look
the golf
at
course. This is
pre-shot
the first time
routine
I've seen
and
myself on
see
video on the golf course in quite some time.
kind of where I can improve.
Let's take a
I
look.
tend to get a little bit fidgety out there. Okay, this is number one Hogan course. That was a good drive. That was about 300 yards, par 5. I think these videos, I'm going to slow them down here in a little bit. These little touch shots, I'm starting to go one hand just to kind of get a feel of the bounce of the wedge, getting through the grass better. The wiry Bermuda, it can be a little tough to get that club sliding through, so try that one hand. If you're a right-handed player, just kind of get some practice swings with the one hand, right hand going. Seems to be helpful. I just got this putter, same kind of one Zach Johnson uses. I like where I get set up initially, and then I kind of stretch my hands out. My buddy Mason made a comment on that later in the round, and I think I'm just getting a little bit hands out too far, getting my eye line too far inside the ball. That was a 2-putt par. You can see in this video, ball striking is pretty good, just the ball, the putting's not great. Okay, so that's a couple waggles. I'm not going to be too harsh on the full swing, because I kind of like the way I'm hitting it. That was in the right rough, but
Yo,
every bit of
126 right
290
into
into a little bit of wind.
Knocked down 9-iron. Check it
I
out.
don't remember what I'm saying there, but I think it's a knockdown shot here, so a little bit of a shortened follow through. Take an extra club and do a shorter follow through if you're playing into the wind. Pro tip. I think that was a pretty good shot. Hit it to 15, 20 feet. These greens have been top dressed, so that just means they put a little bit of sand on it. It's a routine maintenance practice that keeps the greens healthy by improving that soil profile, dog. So but that also means that there's kind of less friction and the ball bounces a little bit more, but at the same time they're also pretty fast. So I think I 2-putt here. I'm just kind of taking a look at when I putt. It seems to be a different process every time, so that's something I need to work on later today. It's just get back to a routine. Third hole here. This one gets wave goodbye. It's going a little right. See ya. Punch shot out here. I got a gap through those trees in front of me is where I'm trying to hit it. I got a 4-iron off of the dirt. That was a pretty good little punch out. Main thing on those shots is a very short.
37 yards.
Look at that stash.
Lob wedge. All the way up.
Yeah, so I started playing around with different grip positions to dictate different wedge shots here. I don't know exactly how far that one was. I got to figure out a way that I can hear the audio in my headphones from this thing. I like the rhythm of these little touch wedges though. Try playing around with different choke down positions on your wedges. For me, if it's a wide open face, choke down all the way to the steel, it's a 20-yard shot. If I come halfway up with a wide open, 30, and then 40. That is assuming kind of a bend crane approach.
you hinge when you get to your belly button. Get it to about here and hinge, and then your other shot is if you get it to 9 o'clock and hinge. There versus there. Try that with your highest lofted wedge. Figure out how far your belly button to full swing goes, and then figure out how far your 9 o'clock to full swing goes, which is super helpful. All right, so I had to punch out and then wedge on the green, and I 3-putted there. Ran the first. It was a good first putt actually. And just they're so fast. That one ran like 6 feet by, so I think that was a bogey. Dogleg right here. I'm trying to be open. I'm trying to have my body open because I like to try to
63. So that's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Full grip, belly button full shot. Hoist it over
Again, couldn't hear what I was saying. I'm trying to hoist it over this tree in front of me with a 60-yard shot. So that's a wide open face, grip all the way up towards the top end of the club, and then just a little bit past belly button, and then a full swing. That was a good shot, actually, as you can see by my little celebration here. Boom. All right, let's see if you capitalize on your celebration there, Pods. See, I like that. The club should be going through your forearms. That's sort of ideal setup. I think that was a good putt, just barely missed. But when a good way to check if your putter's fit properly is when the club is sitting flush with the ground. The shaft should be going up through your forearms there, so that's good. This is a long par 3. Par 3s on this course are pretty brutal. This was actually a good shot. I think it was a 5-iron from 195 into the wind. Again, sort of like the putter, I think my hands are getting a little bit out too far from me, which makes my full swing just a little flat. But as you can see here, I hit it to like 8 feet from 195, so it's a good shot. Let's see if I make the putt. 1 practice swing, 2 practice swings, 3, set your feet. Nope. Such a mental game for those of you trying to get better. I'm trying to get better. I've been at it for a year now, and I put a lot of time in, but boy, is it mental. That's why the pre-shot routine has to get more heavily ingrained for me. This is a big par 5. I'm teeing it up a little bit higher to try to ride this wind. Typically I've been teeing it a little bit lower with this driver. If I tee it real low, I kind of hit a little low spin knuckle cut shot, which I like a lot. Rolls out quite a bit. That one was hit pretty hard. That one might have been closer. That probably flew about 300 and rolled out to 340. It is downwind though. And you can see these fairways are kind of baked out. I think that's a 4-iron from 220 downwind. I think I like the shot here. I might do a little, oh, wait a minute. There it is. All right, congratulations. You hit the green in 2. Let's see if you capitalize with a nice eagle putt. I don't hate the setup. I got to figure out how to zoom in a little bit more. I got this thing strapped to my push cart, and it's just a little herky-jerky. When you're putting, you got to have a better flow to it. And then when you get to your finished position, you want to just hold it. I have a little bit of recoil that's been in there for a while. All right, that was 1 putt. Let's see if he makes the birdie putt. Ooh, lip out. Boop, 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 boop. Good par. 3-putt pars. #pros. This is a cool hole, number 7. A little bit of a dogleg left. Hit this one a little heely and spinny. Kind of wondered why. Routine looked pretty good.
That's good rhythm, dude.
Boy, I feel like I'm wide open, but I'm just barely open. Work on that as well. I had trouble with hitting a lot of things left, so I've been working to just stay open and rotate harder. This is a pretty good swing. I just pulled a little bit, and I caught a real bad lie in this bunker. Ball well below my feet. Ooh, I'm blocking that thing. This was a good putt. Super slick downhill right to lefter. This is where Mason, I think, made the comment that make a good free practice swing, and then when it's time to hit the actual ball, I reach out for it and just get a little bit more rigid. So I'm going to work on just sort of keeping that freeness of the practice swing into, as well as the distance from myself to the ball in the actual putt. It's like the ball just gets in the way of a good stroke when I'm actually rolling the ball end over end nicely. Another hard par 3 here. I think 200 yards, left to right wind. It's probably a 5-iron. It is a little downhill. Here I had kind of a nasty into the grain lie, so I tried to play something I don't practice very often. This little 3-wood chip shot.
Good shot.
Didn't react the way I thought it was going to. So now I gotta, I probably had like a 12-foot putt for par. Not good. I look at the stats on what the guys on the PGA Tour make in terms of 12-footers, but it's not super high, even for the best putters in the world. So just, you got to get your chips closer, son. And you just see the guys on tour, their movements are so much more deliberate, and it's getting better for me, but I'm still a little bit antsy, still a little fidgety. Got the waddle waggles in there is what I've been told. Number 9 here. This was actually a pretty good drive into the wind. Swings on a decent plane right now. My hands are stretched out, so it's a little flat, but whatever. My camera's doing the lean because it's on this little, I sort of fabricated a little thing to put it on. That was a nice knockdown shot. The wind was blowing right to left, so I pulled it into this bunker, but I hit a nice bunker shot there. I hit bunker shots for like 2 hours the other day, so that one was a pretty good shot. Ooh, that shot is sponsored by TaylorMade EF Spin Groove Wedges. This par saver is brought to you by the ATV Grind by TaylorMade. That was actually pretty good up and down here. On the 9th. Okay. 10, par 5 downhill. This ball was monster jammed. This one would be a good one to kind of emulate every time. I like that freeness of that little waggle. Boom.
So I'm going to go ahead and guess as we go down and check out the film afterwards that I have basically no.
Yes, your mustache
for
does
my
look
putting.
good boy.
And I look just very antsy throughout the round. How's my mustache look? Okay. Yes, GoPro. This is the Super Slap Slice 3-wood, 234.
I think I said I'm going to hit a super slap slice. Sorry, I can't hear it again. So in order to hit a real huge slice, yeah, you see me drop my left foot back. That's kind of trying to trigger myself to swing it real far from outside in with an open face. That's kind of a chunky rehearsal. I should have backed off that. Too steep. I kind of slap sliced it out there. I had like 234. It was a tweener yardage. Trying to just carve a big 3-wood in there. 3-wood normally is like a 260 in the air club, and I was trying to take a bunch off. This was a good shot. It was sort of a gnarly lie. I think I chipped an 8-iron about 60 yards, and then it rolled up somewhat close to the pin. Oh, do you like it? Boom! He liked it. Let's see if we like your putt. All right, 1, 2 practice swings, 3 practice swings. Good angle of the dangle. Slight recoil there. And another wasted birdie attempt. 11. This one was hit pretty good. This one might have carried about 300 again.
Good swing.
I don't know if I want to hate that recoil or not. I've heard some folks encourage me to kind of hold that finish position. I don't know. This one was 70 yards, so I think this was full up grip on the 60 degree, and then get it to 9 o'clock and on the way back, and then a full finish on the way through. I like the rhythm of those distance wedges. It's getting better. I've been working hard on those. Birdie putt on the 11th for the young American. 3 practice strokes. Par. Tough par 4, or par 3, 190, dead end of the wind. I was trying to hit a big high 4-iron. Check out this tee, coming in hot. Kapow! That was awesome. Tee right in the camera face there. This was a cool shot, 20 yards. Choked, you see it all the way down, almost onto the steel, and then I'm just trying to get this club to my belly button and then to a full position. This one I hit to like a foot with a lot of spin on that short shot. Try that at home. Open the face, wide open. Oh, tap in. Try that at home. Choke all the way down, wide open face, belly button to full. For me is like 20 yards. Dogleg right here. This was another monster jam. Kaboom! Too bad this game's about putting, not about cool little drives. There was a couple extra little practice swings there. A little bit of uncomfortability. Yeah, a couple extra waddle waggles there. Yeah, didn't quite turn right. Came up a little short. Now I got a putt that breaks like 8 feet. Get my sandwich. Uncomfortable, another look. Can't believe it breaks that far right. Good par though. Solid. 10, 11, 12. Was this 13? 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's 13. No, 14. Whatever. 3-iron. I've been trying to get out of these shock knees. When I go back, sometimes my first move is kind of So I'm trying to pay attention to see how my knees are working. If you got them going down before they turn, you kind of lock your upper body up. That was a good shot. You like it? Pa-boom! All right, keep showing off for the camera and keep 2-putting there, buddy. This was actually a good putt. It was hanging on the lip for birdie from about 20 feet. Mason gave me a good tip there on the putting routine. Starting to feel a little bit. Long hole here, like 460 into the wind. This was a big drive. Got to a bunker, which is it's like 290 into the wind to this bunker. And flew it, so I'm hitting it a little further, being open. This was a cool shot. 160. On these, I like to play them back. You dig in a little bit, and then whatever you dig in, you choke down accordingly on the club. And then it's mostly an upper body swing, a little less lower body. Probably be a good thing for me to practice, honestly. My lower body gets a little bit out of control. This was a super fast putt. One of these putts that goes right over the lip with what looks like good pace. And then all of a sudden I got 8 feet. I think I made a sarcastic comment in there like, oh, that was a bad putt. But you got to just take it one putt at a time, because look what happens next, Clay Dog. Oh, I'm just going to tap in my par.
Doobie doobie doo. Still thinking about the last putt. Can't believe it went that far by. Oops, missed that one. Oh, I guess I'll just tap that one in because I'm frustrated. Oop, missed that one. Oh, pick the ball up, throw it in the hole. Penalty, DQ. Thanks for coming. Next. Okay, another par 5, 16. I can't remember. Oh, this one goes a little right. Wonder why. A couple extra waggles there. Still thinking about that 8 putt on the last hole. Still a little frustrated. Kaboom. Got the spaghetti arms going. Woo. Alright, still got away with it. Now I got 230 from the right rough with a 3 iron, kind of another tweener yardage. A little bit into the wind. Can't quite get it there. 3 wood's too much, 3 irons too little. Couple extra waggles. Still thinking about that 8 putt. That wasn't that bad of a swing. I think I gotta get a little steeper. Gotta get my hands in closer. This is 15 yards. I tried to do a smaller version of the 20-yard shot I was talking about earlier. So choke all the way down, face a little bit wider open, and tried to get it belly button to full, but it just wasn't quite the appropriate shot. That one's just kind of more of a stock pitch shot. You don't have to be getting that big of a swing. Downhiller. Didn't hold my... Gotta figure out a way to get that camera closer on the greens for these future videos. Another hard par 3. All these par 3s are hard. They're all 200 yards. Came up out of my posture a little bit on this one. Missed it right. Man, it's such a small... I don't hate that swing. Now I've got an impossible lob shot. Pins cut on the very back right. So that was the wrong club. Should have hit 5. I hit 4. This wasn't that bad of a pitch shot. I think I let myself 12 feet. Alright, now for some reason I'm doing my practice swings from behind the ball, looking at the hole. Sort of new improvisation there. 3, 4. Why don't you take 6 or 8 practice swings? It's not like it's your job. Oh, good par save. Wow. JK. Good bogey.
Good roll.
Alright. 18. Taking a very aggressive line here. Basically directly at the green. Grown. Couple extra waggles. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this the right line? Oh, but he rose it. Thank you. 70 yards left. That was a big drive. This is another distance wedge. I think I'm taking it 9 o'clock there. That's a 9 o'clock rehearsal. Lob wedge, 9 o'clock full, and that was a nasty little wedge. That was a good one. And can he finally make a birdie putt? Pow! Boom goes the dynamite. Okay. So, pre-shot routine, very random. Ball striking, I might just get my hands in a little bit closer to me. I think that they'll get the plane just a little bit less flat. But most ball striking was pretty good. But goal for today is to get back out on the putting green. Try to make my very free practice putting strokes translate into a consistent routine where it's like the ball is just getting in the way of that beautiful flowing stroke. Okay, that was kind of fun. Again, recommend you get GoPro, strap it to your push cart for all those the push cart mafia and Team Bucket swag. Highly recommended. Record yourself. You can learn a lot. And I'm going to go back and watch this a couple more times, see if I can pick up on some things. Thank you for watching, and cheerio.